Good morning, friends. Welcome to this last webinar. Myself, Samir Joshi. I am surveyor from Surat. Our today's subject is understanding of motor insurance peril. So let's start. Our subject is understanding motor insurance peril. Before starting, let's pray to Almighty to give us a grand success. Friends, as you are aware, motor policies are unique policies. It is driven by insurance contract, India Motor Tariff, and Motor Vehicle Act also. If you look into Section 6 of India Motor Tariff, there are following types of policies. Liability only policy, it is very well known as PP policy or Act only policy. Motorized two-wheeler package policy, private car package policy, commercial vehicle package policy, in which goods carrying vehicles, trailers, passenger carrying vehicles, miscellaneous and special type of vehicles are falling in motor trade package policy and motor trade internal risk policy. Now today's our subject is peril. We will see each policy except liability or act only policy have various sections in a two-wheeler package policy, commercial package policy and private car package policies. There are various sections. Section 1 is loss or damage to insured vehicle. Section 2, liability to third parties. Section 3, personal accident cover for owner, driver in case of private car policies, and towing disabled vehicle in case of commercial vehicle policies. Section 4 is personal accident cover for owner driver in case of commercial vehicle package policy. Being surveyor and loss assessor, we are mostly dealing in Section 1, that is loss or damage to the insured vehicle. Okay. Now, we will focus on today's subject, that is peril. So first question is, what is peril? Peril क्या है? The simple answer is loss producing events known as perils. That is fire, flood, earthquake, etc. Cause of loss is peril. The basic understanding is flood is a peril and peril is never insured, but the financial losses to the insured suffers due to the operation of insured peril, that is flood, is insured. Okay. The policy having list of perils covered and operating of any such specified covered peril, insurance company pays the loss as per contract of the policy. The peril other than those listed as covered are known as uninsured peril. An insurance company shall not be liable for the loss caused by uninsured or uncovered undefined perils. We will see the type of perils. For insurance purpose, there are 4 types of perils. Fire group of perils, in which fire, lightning, explosion, implosion, forest fire, bush fire, etc. are following. Second is act of God peril, AOG peril. Earthquake, flood, inundation, storm, tempest, hurricane, cyclone, landslide, rockslide, etc. are falling in act of God peril. Mostly the involvement of nature type of peril are falling in this. Third one is social group of peril, that is riot, strike, malicious damage, terrorism, etc. And the other one is miscellaneous peril, impact damage, aircraft damage, bursting and or overflowing of water tanks, apparatus and pipes, missile testing operations, leakage from automatic sprinkler installation, etc. See, there are other perils also, human-made perils. You can bifurcate the perils in human-made or man-made perils, or in national perils. That is COVID presently. It is universe, global peril. You can say economic peril also is there, or social economic peril also are there. But for insurance, these are the four categories of the peril. Now we will see the classification of perils. First is insured peril. Perils which are covered under the policy. Listed peril, the policy have a list of covered peril, that is insured peril. Second one is accepted perils. Perils which are accepted or excluded under the policy. In policy, the list of excluded perils also given. And third one is uninsured peril. Peril which are neither insured nor excluded under the policy. In motor insurance, the policy context, we can say water damage or damages due to blood spot, etc. are uninsured peril. The motor policies are specified peril policy or named peril policy and not an all risk policy. Everything and anything is not covered under this policy. There is a list of peril covered, and by operation of that peril, insurance company indemnify the loss. The perils covered in the motor policies are: in motor insurance, comprehensive or package insurance policy, the company will indemnify the insured against the loss, damage to the vehicle insured hereunder, or its accessories which thereon, A, by fire, explosion, self-ignition or lightning, by burglary, housebreaking or theft, by riot and strike, by earthquake, fire and shock damage, by flood in typhoon, hurricane, storm, tempest, inundation, cyclone, hailstorm, frost, by accidental external means, by malicious act, by terrorist activity, waste in transit by road, rail, inland, waterway, lift, elevator or air, and the last one by landslide or rockslide. We will see detailed definition of that all the perils. First is fire, explosion, self-ignition or lightning. This falls under fire group perils. Fire, a process in which substance combined chemically with oxygen from air and typically give out bright light, that is called flame. Heat and smoke, combustion or burning, it is called fire. Explosion, the sudden, loud and violent release of energy that happens when something such as a bomb breaks apart in a way that sends parts flying outward due to any cause. In case of LPG or CNG tank explosion, except unauthorized and uninsured fitment are covered under this explosion. Sometimes explosion observed in tanker which are carrying inflammable materials. Explosion also covers concussion losses caused by the sound waves formed by the explosion. Next is self-ignition. Fire, be it internal in the vehicle due to electrical short circuiting, dripping of fuel on hot surfaces, self or auto ignition by any other cause except deliberately setting the vehicle in fire. That is called self-ignition, which is indemnified under the policy. Lightning, the flashes light that are produced in the sky during a storm. Obviously, losses due to direct lightning strike on vehicle are subject matter of the peril. The flashes and the bolts of static electric energy, that is lightning. Next is burglary, housebreaking or theft. The peril largely cover losses to the vehicle by burglary, entry into building illegally with intent to commit theft, do bodily injury or harm or do damage. That is called burglary. Entry or exit should be forcible. Housebreaking, the act of breaking into a building to commit a crime. Theft, the act of an instant stealing is called theft. These are defined, very well defined in IPC, Indian Penal Code. Riot and strike. This falls under social group of peril. Riot, a situation in which large group of people behave in a violent and uncontrolled way, damaging the windshield vehicle, it is tenable. Strike, an event or protest at which people gathered to show strong disapproval about something is called strike. The mob so gathered starts vandalizing the street and damaging the vehicle. It is falling in strike. Any loss to the vehicle due to riot and strike, both are well defined in IPC, are subject matter of this peril. Friends, here I have given a list of various IPC for easy understanding. You can find out this IPC in police FIR and you can judge the operated peril. Burglary, IPC 390, 391, housebreaking, IPC 445, theft, IPC 378 to 382, riot, IPC 146, 147, 148, and strike, IPC 351. Earthquake and fire damage. This falls under AOG, Act of God Group Peril. Any loss to the vehicle due to earthquake related to fire and shock damage are subject matter of the insurance of this peril. Now the next peril is flood, typhoon, tempest, hurricane, storm, inundation, cyclone, hailstorm, frost. This falls under AOG peril. This peril also known as FST peril. Friend, these are weather related perils. Flood, a rising and overflowing of a body of water or breaching its confinement into normal dry land. Typhoon, an extremely large, powerful and destructive storm that occurs especially in some region of the Philippines or the China Sea. Tempest, a violent storm, a violent windstorm, especially with the rain, hail or snow. Hurricane, an extremely large, powerful and destructive storm with very strong winds that occurs especially in the western part of Atlantic Ocean. Storm, a disturbance of the atmosphere marked by wind and usually by rain, hail, snow, sleet to thunder or lightning. That is called storm. Next is inundation. Friends, inundation peril, although it is mentioned in this weather related of perils, inundation marked, specified separately. This is not like that fire policy. In fire policy, flood and inundation mentioned. Here, comma is used. So accumulation of water by any means. It may be due to flood, speedy and continuous rain, overflowing speedy and continuous rain or overflowing of drainage, etc. Basically, it is in lower line area. The inundation happen, and if vehicle damage due to inundated water or any fluid, it is falling in this peril. Cyclone, an extremely large, powerful and destructive storm with very wind that turn around an area of low pressure. The cyclone is circular in its motion and its funnel shape. Okay. Hailstorm, a storm that produced hails, something that gives effect of a shower. Shower with solidified water pellets or balls. The ice balls showering from the sky, that is called hailstorm. Frost, the thin white layer of ice that forms when the air temperature is below the freezing point of water, especially outside at night. Now we will see the various category. The speed of winds decide the storm, or it is whether it is a cyclone, etc. This is the category and sustained winds. This is the definition of storm, typhoon or super typhoon. A tropical cyclone. This is for your knowledge only. The source is internet, obviously. Now we will see the next peril, that is accidental external means. These perils contains 3 words. So we will see the definition of each word. Accidental means happening by chance, unintentionally or unexpectedly. External means the outward features of the something. And a means an action or system by which as a result is achieved. A method. Okay. So we can term accidental external means is equal to damages by as a result of happening by chance, unintentionally or and unexpectedly to the outward feature of the vehicle. Damages to the insured vehicle by accidental external means are subject matter of this peril. Most of the vehicle claims fall under this peril. Means we are dealing claims mostly of this peril. However, it is most debatable peril. Mostly vehicular accident fall in this peril. That is collision, toppling, overturning, etc. are falling in this peril. There are 2 conditions. One is accidental means and second is external means. Both to be fulfilled at the same time in a single event. Okay. As its name itself shows its nature, that damages should be of accidental nature and also should be external to the vehicle. Friend, please don't confuse in between external and internal. Also do not confuse between outside and inside. Accidental damages to the insured vehicle may be from inside of vehicle also. We will have a separate webinar on this peril. Okay. Next peril is Malicious Act. An act done maliciously is one that is wrongful and performed willfully or intentionally and without legal jurisdiction is called Malicious Act. This peril falls under social group of peril. Next is terrorist activity. The systematic use or threatened use of violence to intimidate a population or government for a political, religious or ideological goals is called terrorist activity. This peril falls under social group of peril. Next peril is whilst in the transit by road, rail, inland, waterway, lift, elevator or air. This peril covers When the vehicle it is transit by any of the above modes, damages during transit are tenable under the policy. Friends, I cannot call this is a peril. This is a situation. Okay. It is not called carrying a vehicle is not a peril, but this is a situation described in this list. Now the last peril is landslide, rock slide. Landslide, a large mass of rocks, that earth that suddenly and quickly moves down to the side of a mountain or hill. Rockslide, a usually rapid downward movement of rock fragments that slides over an inclined surface, a rock mass moved by a rock slide. Landslide and rock slides are same, but with a single difference. When a slide of hill comprising of a stepwise, that is field or part or ridge, gives away, is landslide. And rock breaks expansion or contraction phenomenon is called rockslide. This peril falls in AOG, Act of God peril. It may be due to man-made or it may be due to nature also. Now we will see some photographs and try to find out the probable operated perils from the photograph only. See, this is the first slide. Okay, we can say it is damage due to accidental external means, or it is hit by mob. Okay, it may be riot or strike. Yes, this is an interesting slide. Although the vehicle is damaged due to the water, but you cannot say this is a flood damage or inundation damage. This is due to accidental external means. Okay. Now, see this slide. By looking these photographs, someone is say which peril is operated. It may be due to flood or inundation. Okay. See, this is the spot photograph of this vehicle only. Now decide the peril. From this, we can say this is by flood or inundation. But after watching this slide, we can easily identify the peril, that is accidental external means. Friends, see the damages due to water and damages due to by lifting of vehicle is also falling this in accidental external means only. So we have to see this in detail. See friends, the vehicle outward condition is okay. Vehicle block is broken. Okay, this is also due to accidental external means. Means internal part also damaged due to accidental external means. Yes, this is overturning. This is accidental external means. No issue at all. Yes. This is a case of rat biting. Now, rat biting is also falling in accidental external means. Although it is cleared by some circular of by some insurance company, rat biting is covered. So the wiring are cut by the rat. It is accidental to the insured and it is to external to the insured vehicle also. This is accidental external means damage, you can say. Okay. See, this is the photograph of the bus. A severe damage observed. It may be due to accidental external means, but it is the case of rock slide. So we need following documents to decide operated peril. Being a motor surveyor, we need only two documents. First is inspection of the vehicle. Without inspecting a vehicle, no one can decide the operated peril. And second one is claim form duly completed. If this two is with us, we can easily identify the operated peril. But in some case, in spite of having these two we cannot decide the operated peril. So we need further document to justify the operated peril. In addition to above, we may need one or more below listed requirement to decide operated peril. First is statement of insured. See, if claim form is filled half, okay, or incomplete claim form, we cannot decide what is the operated peril. So we need statement of insured, how the accident occurred or how the vehicle is damaged. Spot photographs or spot report. Nowadays, selfie havoc is there. Mobile, everyone has a mobile, and insured is taking photographs. That is, if he has taken a photograph, it is good, but it is not essential requirement. See, this is the requirement is to decide the operated peril only. This is not the compulsion requirement. Okay, newspaper cutting. If there is a storm, if the news published in newspaper, you can justify from that also. Towing bill to decide the terrain or the place, we can have a towing bill. Towing bill can help us to decide this our judgment. And police document. If theft is there or burglary is there or riot is there, we can demand police documents and decide the operated peril. Although it is not a compulsory requirement, this is the supported document what we need to decide to judge the operated peril. Okay. So friends, my final word is, as insurance policy is designed to provide compensation only for insured peril and not due to the excluded or not mentioned peril, it is thus necessary to ascertain the cause of loss to decide the admissibility under the policy. Sometimes there is a case where the loss is the result of two or more causes operating simultaneously or one after the other in succession. It becomes necessary to ascertain what is the known as per the proximate cause, which brought about the loss. The proximate cause means the direct, the most dominant and most effective cause of the loss is the natural consequence. It is the cause which is most closely and directly connected with the loss. So I conclude this session. A request to submit your view on following perils in context of motor policy: avalanche, implosion, dacoity, bush fire, forest fire, war, robbery. Submit your article on training@isla.net, and a selected article will be published on Learning Management System LMS of ISLA. We will wait for your submission. Disclaimer. Thank you very much. Be safe and take very good care of yourself and your family.